කරණීයමන්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අභිසමිංච සක්ඛෝජුච සුජුච සුවචෝචං සමුදු අනතිමානි සන්තුන්සකෝච සුභරෝච අම්පකින්චෝච සල්ලහුකවුන්ති සන්තින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අම්පගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනුනුගින්දෝ නච කුන්දං සමාචරේ කිංචි යේන විඤ්ඤූ පරේ උපවදේයං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හොන්තු සම්බේ සන්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා ඒකේචිපාන භූතන්ති තසවාතාවරාවා අනවසේසා දීඝාවායේ මහන්තාවා මංජිමාරංසකානුකතුලා දිත්ථාවායේව අන්දින්තා යේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේසීවා සම්බේ සන්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා නපරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත ඥාති මඤ්ඤේත කන්ත චිනං කංචි ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටික සංඥා ඥාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤංස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතා යතානියං පුන්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුන්ත මනුරංකේ ඒවම්පි සම්බභූතේසු මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තංච සම්බලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං උන්දං අදෝච තිරියංච අසංභාදං අවේරං අසපත්තං තින්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝවා සයානෝවා යාවතංස විගතමින්දෝ ඊතං සතින් අදින්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාෝ දින්ඨින්ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දන්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේදං නහි ජාතු ගම්බසේයං පුනරේති สุขียันทานังปริหารามิมะมะมาธาปิตุอาจาริยาเจญาติมิตถาเจสัมรังมัจฉาริโนเจอเวราหุนตุอัมเบยปัญจหุนตุอนิฆาหุนตุสุขียันทานังปริหารันตุอิมันมิงอารามิสัมบิโยกิโนอเวราหุนตุอัมเบยปัญจหุนตุอนิฆาหุนตุสุขียันทานังปริ
Namo Buddhaya, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, a very good morning to all of you. How are you getting along? Your families, relatives, and friends, wish them well. Happy to see many of you have logged in early in this Sunday Buddha Puja service. Well, thank you for those who have shared the link with your friends and family members. And also, yeah, I think it'll be good that you connect to your external speaker or mirror to your smart TV so you can share with your family members. Namo Buddhaya, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Welcome to SJBA 88 online Sunday Buddha Puja service. Sadhu to those who have been following us every week. Congratulations, Sadhu. This is service is to bring Dhamma to you and to your families and friends. And some of you may like to hear this chanting on a Sunday morning or participating in the Buddha Puja and listening to the Dhamma, together with sharing of merits and dedication of merits. Let us begin. Brothers and sisters of Dhamma, let us pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddhang Bujimi Dhammang pujemi. Sanghang pujemi. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Anatipata veramani sikkapadang samadhiyami. Adinadana veramani sikkapadang samadhiyami. Kamesu miccachara veramani sikkapadang samadhiyami. Musavada veramani sikkapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majjapamadatthana veramani sikkapadang samadhiyami. Imani pancha sikkhavadani samadhiyami. Imani pancha sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani pancha sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho. Vijacharana sampanno sukato lokavidu. Anuttaro purisa dhammasarati. Satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sandediko akaliko ehipasiko panayiko pacatang veditabu vinyuiti. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Sami Chipatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidang Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Auneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuterang Punya ketang lokasati. Karaniya mata kusalena yantang santang padang abisamecha sako uju cha suju cha suvacho chassamunu anatimani Santu sakko cha subaro cha appaki cho cha sallahukavuti Sandindriyo cha nipako cha appagabo kulesu ananugido Nachakudang samachere kinchi vena vinyo bare upavadeyong Sukino wa kemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitatta ye kechipana bhutadi tassava thavarava anavasesa Digava ye mahantava majimarassakanukatula Ditava yeva addita ye cha dure vasanti avidure Bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta Naparo parang nikubeta nani maneta katta chinang kanchi Vyaro sanapatigasanya nanya manya sadukka bicheya Mata yathani yang putang ayusa eka putta manurakke Evang pi sabba bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang Metang cha sabbalokasmin manasang bhavaye aparimanang Udang ado cha tiriyang cha asang bahang averang asapatang Titang charang nisinova sayanova yavatassa vigata middo Etang sating aditteya brahma metang viharang idamahu Diting cha anupagamma sila dasanena sampanno Kame suviniyagedang nahijato kappaseyang punareti Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Akchayang kamame bande buri panya tathagata Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Akchayang kamame dhamma sandidika akalika Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Akchayang kamame sangha supatipanna anuttara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. This morning, we are very pleased to have Brother Tan Siang Chye with us this Sunday, Buddha Puja. And I must say, we have missed Brother Siang Chye's Dhamma sharing. I'm sure many of you will agree with me. And Brother Siang Chye have given us many of the Dhamma talk. And this title of this talk, The Choice of Good and Evil in Samsara Cycle. In fact, this is part 4. It started in December 2021. All right. This is a continuation, and the share with us on the good, how we should do good. Please allow me to mention about Tan Siang Chye. He started very early. Oh, fantastic. Started Buddhism, learning on Buddhism at the age of 12. Wow, primary school. That's fantastic. And teachers were the late Venerable K. C.V. Dhammananda and Venerable H. Gunaratana. Wow, great. And he has been sharing the Dhamma at various Buddhist centers in Malaysia and Singapore. And I understand he's a striving meditator. Wow, he just came back from meditation retreat. Oh, and his talk centered around daily practice of the Dhamma. I like it because it helps us to understand and help us to transform one's life. He feels it's important to the essential teachings of the Buddha as it gives Buddhists a strong foundation of knowledge which prevents them from wrong interpretation and to do the correct practice of the Dhamma. And with that, I would like to invite Brother Tan Siang Chye to come forward to deliver your Dhamma sharing. Thank you very much. Good morning again, Brother Tan Siang Chye. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Brother Chuan, dear Dhamma brothers and sisters out there. I am very happy again to be with you on a bright and beautiful Sunday morning to share a little bit, of what I know, of the Buddha's teachings.
Yeah,
So
fantastic.
I
I'll leave
continue.
it to you to
Thank
continue
you.
with the talk. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, Brother Chuan. Yeah, and the team. Yes. So I continue the. Yes, this is the fourth in the series of looking at the choice of good and evil in Samsara's cycle. So as you know, Samsara, we pronounce it with an NG rather than M, sound as Samsara. And it has been incorporated into the Malay language as Sengsara. So the meanings are slightly different, but you do understand why these words have been used between different cultures. So being the fourth in the series, I wrapped up looking at evil. I started off looking at evil, and so now we look at the good. In number 4. Very likely there will be a number 5 because as we go along, we will see the differences and the depth of practicing good in our lives. As we go from life to life to life in this cycle that we call samsara. So we will explore and discuss the factors. What is it? What are the things involved to get or to obtain a life of plenty? I put here describing a comfortable life as a life of plenty, meaning to say we do not lack. And if we do lack of a few things, it will not be a serious lacking. That means we do without things, yeah, that are important in our life. Yeah, whatever is important, whatever is critical, whatever is very, very useful, yeah, we will have it. For example, there are really many critical things like food and water and clothing and shelter and security in our lives that we cannot do without. Because if we do without the food and water, we cannot survive. Physically, we cannot go on with our lives without food and water. And of course, we need shelter, we need medicines, yeah, we need security in our lives. We cannot live our lives worried about whether we are going to be attacked, whether we are going to be robbed from different sources, yeah, that can come in and steal our things and threaten us with harm and pain if we don't give them what they want. So to be able to live without that fear is very important. To be able to know that we can eat, we can enjoy ourselves whenever we want, with whatever we want, is a real life of plenty. So in Malaysia, I must have mentioned this. Our great question after we finish this puja and this Sunday morning's learning, yeah, we see that the question is, "What shall I have for lunch?" That is a wonderful question, which means to say we have choice. We have so many things to choose from to enjoy as our lunch. But in many parts of the world, we can see the people there, their question is, yeah, am I going to have lunch or not? It's not a choice, yeah, whether what to eat. Their choice, their thinking is, will I have lunch? And there are people who are even worse off. Their question foremost in their minds is, am I going to eat today? Will I get food? Will I get enough water today? And that is a very, very hard situation. It's a very, very, situation that is full of suffering because it's insecurity. The only thing we are insecure about now, as far as food is concerned, is can we go out there and buy chicken? Yeah, there is this chicken shortage, yeah, but it doesn't seem to affect us very badly. Yeah, because there are precautions, there are measures taken, yeah, to make sure that the people have enough chicken to eat. So that is the question. If sometimes you don't eat chicken, you eat other things, right? But we like to know that if we want chicken, we can have chicken. And that is a great form of comfort, of security. Yeah, even if we don't eat chicken, we want to know there is chicken there. So that kind of security is a very comforting one. We take comfort from it. Yeah, that we can, if we want to, have anything that we want. And how do we come across this? How do we achieve this position of being able to choose in such a very easy way? Yeah, we don't go through a lot of difficulty to choose whether we want chicken or we want something else. We want to eat tofu or whatever we decide. It's so natural and so easy. Therefore, it is good for us to know how did we come into this situation. I have traveled. I've been fortunate to travel, and I have seen people who have no choice. Whatever they can get for that day, they must eat, and they are very happy to be able to have one meal a day, and that sometimes they share with their family members. So they don't get a full meal, but they are very happy that the whole family gets to eat. It is a reality. It's not something which I mention just to make the audience here feel uncomfortable. You will know this is real. There are people struggling like this, trying to survive from day to day. Yeah, thinking about how can I have all the important things for myself, for my family. Yeah, and some of them, because they are refugees, they live in camps. Yeah, and when the winter comes, when the cold weather, the rain, they really don't feel as though they are human beings. Yeah, they feel that they are like the animals who are subject, to hardship and pain and discomfort. So today, I would like to touch on the aspects of our life that is good. And good has got many meanings. When I say good, people will think about this and that and all kinds of different situations, yeah, of having goodness, good in their life. So today I connect good with a life of plenty. Yeah, a life that is so comfortable, the life that we can eat and drink and relax and entertain ourselves with so many things that are available to us. We should not take it for granted. Yeah, only if we are close our eyes, yeah, and don't look at the world, that we think all these things are natural. Yeah, I deserve it. This is what I must have. But no, my dear Dhamma brothers and sisters, yeah, there are so many people who don't take what we have for granted. Yeah, when they get a little bit of what we enjoy, they are so grateful because their life is not one of plenty. Their life is one of deprivation, not enough. Yeah, and they struggle through day and day, not having enough. While we choose this, we choose that, and sometimes we don't know what to choose. One of the great questions is, what shall we have for lunch? Yeah, you don't know because so many things to choose from. Yeah, and then we don't appreciate the things that we have. Yeah, we keep complaining about this, complaining about that. So when we know, when we understand, in fact, it is good to take a look at the whole world. If you can travel, go and mix with these people that are having a hard time, yeah, making ends meet, yeah, making life deserving of human beings. It's not easy. There are some people in this world whose life are like those of animals rather than actually a human being. And there are animals, if you agree with me, there are animals who enjoy a human being's life. They are so comfortable. They get all the things that they want, and sometimes even more than what they should be getting. Right. So let us now go on to the slide presentation I have prepared. So, brother, we take a look at this. Is there any way to? Yes, good. Right now, we are looking at and discussing good and evil. Yeah, and for the last three talks, yeah, I touched upon evil. Yeah, evil means things that we don't like, the things that give us suffering more and more. So evil, as I said, is not something which is out there. Yeah, we do bad things to each other. We do unkind and cruel things to to other human beings. You look at the world now, there's a war. There are many wars. In fact, there are very few times in this world history that there is no fighting. There is always some kind of fighting and war and killing, yeah, in different parts of the world, yeah, in our entire history. Yeah, there will be somebody, yeah, who cannot agree with others. And because of the disagreement, because of anger and hatred, they pick up weapons and attack each other. Of course, nowadays it's not just sticks, it is hypersonic weapons, have weapons that they shoot at each other that moves faster than the speed of light. So you cannot see it coming. So these are very, very dangerous times. And when we have these kind of thoughts, evil thoughts in our minds, they lead to a lot of suffering. So evil means, having more suffering, making people suffer, making people have more pain. Yeah, and all these forms of suffering, they originate in us. Yeah, it is not some being out there, some Satan. Yeah, we according to Buddhist belief, there is not a being out there that is enticing, that is promoting, that is trying to encourage us to do evil, or bad things. The Buddha taught us, the tendencies to do evil are inside of us, in our minds. We must take responsibility instead of blaming other beings out there, for our own weaknesses, our own uh, unkind tendencies, cruelty, hatred, jealousy, all these things. It's not me, it's somebody else. And then they come and whisper in my ear, so that I also become evil. Buddha said, please wake up. Yeah, please wake up. That is not the situation. The real situation is we become bad, we become evil because we are born with those tendencies. They are inside of us. Don't blame anyone else. Therefore, Buddhists take responsibility, for everything good as well as bad, that we have done. It's all up to us. It's our decision. Don't point the finger at other beings. So if you make a mistake, if you do something bad, something unwholesome, something unkind, realize it. Know what you're doing. And because of that, it will lead you to the result is, because if you accept there is karma, in our lives, it will, if you do bad things, lead you to bad results and bad situations. You just cannot escape it. That is the nature, of karma. Of course, there are many people who don't accept karma, and they will attribute hard times, difficult times of their lives to other sources. But Buddhists cannot do that. Buddhists don't have that luxury. Buddhists always know that whatever is comfortable, whatever is uncomfortable is due to our own doing. We cannot look away, and we cannot accept, other explanations except that look within, look at our own selves. Where are we weak, and try, to rectify, try to improve ourselves. Because it's all about us, who we are, what we want to do is all up to us. Not somebody else. Don't put the blame outside of you. So now we are looking at good. As I said, good means you do those things that are in line, that will result in comfort, that will result in having what we want. And if we take a look at Selangor State, if we take a look at people in Petaling Jaya, in Subang Jaya, people living here have done a lot of good. And that's the reason why we are able to live in Kuala Lumpur, in Selangor, where the quality of life is very, very high. If you look around the world, many people envy us. They really, when they compare, they think that, we are, living the high life, the really good life, because we can choose whether to live in a landed property, or in apartment or condominium, etc., etc. There are places where they have no land. Yeah, and therefore they have to live with each other. Yeah, up in the space. Where they go higher and higher. Yeah, instead of wider and wider. So we can say, that we should be grateful, that we have done good things in the past that lead us to such a good life, in the present. Next, please. So we look at evil, in this way. Yeah, and I've explained this in the past talks. Yeah, we have used the definition, the description of evil as people, or those with the minds who are profoundly immoral and malevolent. They like to disturb others. They like to harm others. So they are wicked, they are bad, they are immoral, they are sinful. Yeah, we use this word sinful. And they are dishonorable, corrupt, etc., etc. Yeah, so that is the adjective. Yeah, that is one explanation. But the other description of evil is sometimes, people will say that they are evil forces. There are evil beings, out there. And it's a kind of well, they sometimes use it as a kind of metaphor, or just to say there's something out there. Yeah, and we use the words wickedness, badness, sin, and degenerate type of mind, to describe the evil. Yeah. So in the eyes of Buddhism, the Buddha explained, we are controlled by our minds. We have a body that is controlled by the mind. Yeah, we make decisions, we think about things, and when we are not thinking in a wholesome, in a good way, we want to harm others, that is evil. It all starts in the mind. And the roots of evil there are three roots. There is greed, there is hatred, and there is delusion or ignorance. When we have greed, when we have hatred, when we have delusion in our minds, we are able to do all kinds of evil. Nothing can escape us. We can do it. Maybe we have to plan it, but we can do it. But if we are free from the greed, the hatred, the anger, and the delusion, we are not so much influenced to do bad things. So our culture, our training, our upbringing, our education is important. If we are given training and education that pulls us away from having so much greed and anger and hatred, as well as delusion, then our lives are very much civilized. We don't go out there and disturb people. We just don't think, I want to harm him, and I can harm him. There are, even in the what you so-called developed world, there are people like that. And you take a look right now at the US, where the past 2 days they have been debating and discussing, about the shooting in the elementary school in Texas. This young man, 18 years old, his mind is not well cultured, and so full of anger, so full of hatred, that he can take a very powerful weapon and go and shoot young people, in the school. So you have to imagine that kind of mind, to want to put other people in such a position of pain until they shoot them. And these sweet children, they die. 19 of them died because he shot them. So for us, it's not easy to understand how somebody can take a gun and go and shoot children, yeah, so easily. That means the mind is so influenced by either greed, either hatred, or either delusion, or all three of this in combination. Yeah, when they combine together, yeah, the greed, the anger, the delusion, they are very powerful forces, yeah, to harm others. But when we have good, yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, we live a happy and contented life. That's why I put the picture of the Choi San. Yeah, Choi San means to mainly to Chinese people. Yeah, that we have everything. We have more than everything. We have whatever we want. We have food, we have possessions, we have money, we have property. Oh, thank you, Choi San. Actually, they should thank themselves because of hard work, because of ingenuity, because of ideas, yeah, because of sharp mind. They can get all these things by themselves. Yeah, it is their responsibility. So, looking at good, in the dictionary, I found, yeah, the adjective describing good meaning having the required qualities, such as it is of high standard, such as a good restaurant, good food, yeah, good time. So everything is of a good standard. But when you come to the noun, which is also very interesting, because it describes that which is morally right. There is a moral dimension to it. So we can say he is a good person. He doesn't harm others. He doesn't disturb others. He doesn't break his precepts. Therefore, he is very, very good. So there are good people within our community, yeah, the Buddhist community. There are also good people in other religious community, and we recognize them for their moral rightness, their righteousness. Yeah, they do not choose to harm others. They do not choose, yeah, to take others' property, yeah, and make others suffer. So that is good. That is a description of good. Also, there is another description which I put here. It means benefit or advantage to someone or something. So, which means to say, it is good when there is a benefit. Example, he convinces his father to use his genius for the good of mankind, maybe some scientist, yeah, and he uses his intelligence and his way of thinking, yeah, to help others, to help mankind, to overcome diseases, maybe, to overcome a pandemic, maybe. Yeah. And then after that, the whole world, yeah, feels more comfortable. So to benefit, yeah, to have advantage in a very comfortable, in a way that we like, yeah, can be said to be good. Next, please. So I've put in these pictures. One is a life that has benefits. The other is a life that is lacking in benefits. So if we are born somewhere in a location, in a place which is safe and sound, and we can mix with our friends quite easily and quite happily, and we can celebrate our festivals quite easily, yeah, in a very harmonious way, we actually are having a life full of benefits, because there are people in the world who don't have what we have. So we think, why? Yeah, why am I so lucky? And this is explained through karma. Yeah, and I will go in detail more. But those who are lacking benefits, as I've shown here, they want more than what they have. They want to be safe. They want to be secure. Yeah, they want to feel comfortable, but they don't have that ability. They don't have that power, yeah, to bring these things into their lives. In fact, they are very, very insecure. They are living in places, yeah, where a bomb can fall on them anytime, where somebody can shoot them anytime, yeah, when they can be attacked physically, raped so easily anytime. So that kind of life has no benefits. Yeah, no comfort, no security. So we will look at it from how the Buddha has described having such a good life. You know, many people, yeah, they take the lives that they have for granted. They take the comfort for granted. Yeah, they take this life of plenty for granted. Yeah, I'm so lucky. Yeah, actually, there's no luck. Yeah, there is what you did as your karma that brings you here, that makes you able to have all these things. And at the same time, there are those I have seen. Yeah, in fact, I have come across people, yeah, who steal things from you right in front of you, and they don't know it's a bad thing. They think they are being clever. They think they are being good. Yeah. In fact, there was one time there was some renovation done in my house, and those workmen, they are from another country. They went and helped themselves to our property. Yeah, they took my shoes from the cupboard. Yeah, and they wanted to walk away with my shoes. So I saw the shoes, and I said, "What? Whose shoes are these?" And they said, "Oh, it's my friend's." Yeah, and then they took it away. I didn't want to confront them. I didn't want to stop them. Those are shoes that I can do without. So they stole it. Basically, they stole my shoes. So I was thinking, they are laborers, they are workmen. Their lives is already so poor, and yet they want to steal. Eventually, they will go further and further and further down. They will suffer some more, yeah, in their future and future lives as well. Because why? There is no wisdom. They don't know their situation. So that is the really sad thing. When people don't understand the workings of karma, they are quite happy, to keep on doing bad things, yeah, so-called evil things, yeah, thinking that this is the way forward. Yeah. They don't understand. They have no wisdom to see their situation. But those of us, like, those who are learning here, we must understand, what happens in the workings of karma. Next, please. So here I have discussed being good. Here, good, very often, many people describe good, yeah, as having a lack of self-centeredness. Yeah, you are not so crazy about yourself. That means we care about other people. We have compassion and kindness for other people. We put their needs before our own. We work for the good of other people, and then we find that we are more happy. We find that there is a kind of satisfaction in our lives. So sometimes it means that we have to sacrifice our own well-being for the sake of others. For example, I would like to acknowledge the this morning's SJBA team. Now, on the Sunday morning, they get up and they prepare for the talk so that this talk can be broadcast, yeah, to whoever wants to listen, for their benefit. Yeah, so that they can understand. And they do this week after week after week. Yeah, and during the week, there's also communication to prepare. So when they do this, it is for the sake, yeah, of others. Nobody here, at least as I know, is getting paid. There is no money coming to us. But why do we do it? We do it because, yeah, it is the right thing to do. It is the good thing to do. Yeah, we want others to benefit. Remember, benefit, a life of benefit. We want others to know the truth, the reality of life. Yeah, that's why we prepare, we plan, we discuss all these things, yeah, so that as many people as possible, yeah, are able to benefit. And we can see beyond the superficial. Yeah, right now we call it superficial because, yeah, it can change. the superficial difference of race, gender, and nationality, yeah, and relate to being a human being. Yeah. In some parts of the world, and in other parts of society, some people put a lot of importance on gender. That means who, whether they are male or they are female. And some people said, we are female. Yeah, I've seen women who says, I'm proud to be a female. I'm proud to be a woman. And there are men who say, this is the man's position. Yeah, we are stronger, we are more powerful, and therefore women must listen to us. Yeah, and now women fight back. Yeah, and they say, look, we also must be recognized. The real situation, my dear friends, is one life you can be a woman, another life you can be a man. So don't think you are a man now and it will be like that for ever. You might become a woman in the next life, and a woman might become a man in the next life and enjoy, the physical strength, the power in society, etc., etc. And at the same time, I must mention this, and I hope you don't mind me mentioning is there are women who like women, and there are men who like men. Why is that? Because of the past tendencies. Maybe the men, they were women before, they like men. So somehow there is a crossing wires. So in this life, they might like men as well. Men who like men, women who like women. And in the next life, they might go back to, women liking men and men liking women. We don't know. Yeah, it is all up to us. What do we do? How do we train, our minds? So it's let me put it this way. Don't think that you will be like this forever. Yeah, because the Buddha has taught us, that there are, it's all change. It's anicca. It's subject to change. And when it's subject to change, you cannot say that you will be like this, forever. For for many, many lifetimes. So being like this, we sometimes should be more patient, more tolerant, of people with differences. Yeah, that is my point of view, having learned and understood these parts of the Dhamma. Yeah. So we can see that those who are not so attached, to themselves, self-centered, they are more tolerant and they are kinder to others. Yeah. Okay, next please. So this is an experiment, which shows, I added this in because it shows that human beings have a high capacity for good even at a young age. Yeah, this is a very famous experiment and is quoted quite a lot in the psychology and human behavior circles. What happened was the scientists gathered a group of 2-year-olds, and we think that 2-year-olds are very, very, they are not easy to deal with. Yeah, if you had children, you will know that when they are 2 years old, sometimes it's not easy to reason with them. Yeah, they are very self-centered. But this scientist, he did this experiment, which showed, that even at the age of 2, there is a great capacity to kindness, to helping others, to doing good. So it's this way. What happened was, this scientist gathered a group of 2-year-olds, about 12 or 24 of them, right? In 2 groups, I think. And then he was carrying, hanging up clothes. And then he dropped the clothes peg. And the children, these 2-year-olds, when they saw that he was having problems, They got up and went to help him. There was no prompting. He did not ask for help. But they naturally, even at 2 years old, they knew this man was having some difficulty. They got up, to help. So it's inside of us, but we must know how to develop it. Because when we are too self-centered, our capacity for goodness is becomes weakened. So I added this in just to say, because some people will say, oh, human beings must look after themselves. Human beings are naturally selfish. I say no. Human beings are naturally kind. But you must know how to develop that kindness. Next, please. So in terms of the Buddha's teachings, we call this kusala and akusala karma. I've covered the akusala karma. Yeah, if you want to know more and you did not tune into the talks, I suppose you can go into YouTube, into Subang Jaya Buddhist Association, and listen to the sharing on akusala karma. Now, kusala karma. Kusala means to be comfortable, to be in a position of able to enjoy things, able to use things, a position of benefit, to benefit. So kusala, is good. It means doing actions, the karma, the actions resulting from this, what you do, will bring you comfort, will bring you benefit. And so we must know what these things are. We cannot be blur about it. We cannot be ignorant about this. That shows we do not understand the Buddha's teachings. And we must, as Buddhists, we must understand the Buddha's teachings. Because if we don't, we are not sure of our place in this world, why we are comfortable, why we are not comfortable in this life. Next, please. So basically, kusala karma comes from a pure mind, having good mind, and akusala karma are the unvirtuous actions, unwholesome actions. It comes because our minds are going towards the states of cruelty, and unskillfulness. We use this word unskillful because it produces more pain and more suffering. So good kusala is skillful because it produces benefit, it produces comfort in our lives. So basically, these things, these actions, the karma is impartial. The karma cannot say, oh, you are Buddhist. You will automatically become more comfortable, and enjoy life more. No, these are applicable to everybody. Anyone with kind mind, with wholesome mind, doing wholesome actions, they will get wholesome results, whether you are Buddhist or not. So it's good for Buddhists to understand how it works so that we will go towards the side of doing good, wholesome actions, and then we get good results. So people of any religion, when they do good, they will also get the good results. It doesn't mean it is confined to one religion only. So it is impartial. When you see people from other religions or other faiths, they are compassionate, they go out and help others. You can be sure the good results will come to them. It's not just for Buddhists, who sometimes think, oh, we know a lot, and we can understand the Buddha's teachings, which is very deep, not easy to understand. If you do good, basically, here the karma is, if you do good things, you will get good results. If you do bad things, you will get bad results. It is impartial. Next, please. So the way of doing good also stems from our intentions. So there are two, shall we say, two paths. Yeah, and today I will take one path, and hopefully, yeah, in the next talk I will explain the other path. The first path is called punya. Punya means merit. Yeah, it is good. Both of these are good. Yeah, they are both wholesome, but the paths, yeah, the intentions, the purpose of carrying them out are not the same. Yeah, punya has its own intentions and its own results. Parami has its own intentions and also its own results. So if you want to know more, we will please follow the next talk regarding this word parami. This word parami means to aim for the highest. Punya means meritorious and to have good results. So these things, these two, yeah, look the same. They can look the same, but what makes it different is the internal factor. You know, what is the motivation? Yeah, what is the purpose of it? So we'll look at it deeper as we go along. Next, please. So punya means merits. Yeah. When we do good actions and we know that it will help people, this is basically punya. So they are fortunate life, comfortable life depends on punya. We need the merits. Yeah, we use these English words, merits, but the punya is more accurate because it explains how it is able to open doors everywhere. What do I mean? It is very very simple to see in the way that when we want to achieve anything, it very often rests on our merits, on our punya. If we have done good in the past, the good karma will come and support us. It will open the door to where we want to go. But if we are lacking in punya, the door remains closed. For example, you are trying to get a project. You are trying to get some business. You want to pass an exam. You want good marks. But good marks, you have to work very hard for it. And everybody is very clever. But sometimes there is a difference in the results. Why is that? It is due to punya. If many people apply for the same project, apply for the same job, the same post, but only certain people can get it. Why is that? It is because they have great punya. They have great merit. They have done kusala in the past that turns into merit, punya. So whatever they do, very easy to do. Yeah, there are no hindrances. There are no barriers to what they do. There are some people like that. So we take a look at them and say, wow, everything he touches turns into gold. And what is the background explanation? They have a lot of punya. So the Buddha described this merit as the one thing that fire, or earthquake cannot destroy, nor can water drown its effects. So our possessions, our houses, our money, whatever we own, fire and earthquake can destroy it. Especially the house, if there's an earthquake, finish. That's the end of the house. The earthquake, if it is a very, very violent earthquake, that's the end of the house. And the money, the possessions, all can disappear with fire. It can burn the whole thing up. So water, floods, and all this can take your car, your whatever you own away from you. But the Buddha said, punya, the merit, no one, no God, no Buddha, Yeah, no deva, yeah, no devil, yeah, can separate you from your punya. So these good things, which I will explain what are the good things to do, these good things are yours, belongs to you completely. You can, of course, use this punya to make others more comfortable, but they are yours to do as you wish. And when you die, when you pass away, the punya, the good things, follow you. Also the bad things, but today we are focusing on the good things. So when we understand this, we know what to do. Next, please. So there are these 10 meritorious deeds that brings punya. What are the 10? Let me just read it out. Yeah, there are 10 of them. We call them the Dasa Kusala Kamma. First one is dana, generosity, sila, morality, bhavana, mental cultivation, apachayana, respecting those worthy of respect, veyavacha, service to others, patidana, sharing of merits, patanumodana, rejoicing in others' merits, dhamma savana, hearing the dhamma, dhamma desana, sharing the merits, dittiju kamma, straightening our views. When you do these 10, a lot of people, they will emphasize, in even Dhamma teachers and Dhamma speakers, they will emphasize the first three, Dana, Sila, Bhavana. And it's right, but there are more than it. So we need to understand the whole collection, the whole lot. Yeah. So when we have the opportunity, then we know I am doing this, rather than don't know and then miss out on what you can be doing to give you more punya. Yeah, as I mentioned, the punya that opens doors for you. Yeah, not locked already, cannot open. You are stuck where you are. You need to have the energy, the force to open doors in your lives. So let's take a look at them one by one. Yeah. Then we can have time for some questions. Next, please. Dana or charity, is one of the things that Buddhists find quite easy to do. Is that a right statement? Because there are some Buddhists who also don't like to do dana. They don't like to give things, away to other people. I know of very, very good people. Yeah, the way they behave is very, very righteous. Yeah, they don't disturb others, but they don't like to give money away, to people that they don't know. Yeah, they also say religions, I don't want to give money to religious people. Yeah, so that is their preference, that is their opinion. But as Buddhists, we know that when we give to help others, it is a good thing. It will give us a lot of merits, if we can help others with what we have. More importantly, the background understanding is important. Here I've explained it is an act of giving, reflecting our non-attachment to our belongings. Yes, there is the giving part, but there is the non-attachment part. I can give it away. I can do without it. It's a kind of a sacrifice. Yes, it's true. I can do it. I don't mind doing it. I will let go so that somebody can benefit from it. That is very powerful. It's more powerful than, okay, you give, then after that you must put my name in the papers. You must put my name in the in a plaque on the wall. I have given, so you must acknowledge me. Yeah, that is giving, but there is selfish giving. There is giving that is unselfish, and the unselfish one will open more doors for you according to our understanding. Right? So what does it do? It opposes the evil root, the unwholesome root of greed. it counteracts the greed that we have. When we give little bit first, then we give more and more and more. Then we understand there is a happiness in letting go. Now, that kind of happiness in the mind is superior. It's a very fine type of happiness. It's a happiness that is that supports us to do more and more and more. And because of that, the benefits are very great. Next, please. So that's dana. There are 4 types of dana. The first one is amissa dana, the gift of material things. You can give food, you can give clothes, you can also give money. There is paricharya dana, service. And my team here this morning is doing service. There is abhaya dana, the gift of fearlessness, reassurance, or comfort. That means somebody is suffering. For example, they are sick in the hospital. You go and comfort them, saying, it's all right, don't worry, your family is taken care of. Sickness is something we must go through, and don't worry, the doctors are very good, you will be cured. So this person, the fear is lifted from their minds. And that is a great dana to give to people. When they are fearful, when they are afraid, when they are scared, you take away, you use your words and actions to take away that insecurity from their minds. It is a wonderful abhaya dana. This word bhaya, also you can recognize it in the Malay language. It means danger. So you are taking danger away from people's minds. And the last one is Dhamma dana, the gift of Dhamma, the gift of truth. So my dear Dhamma brothers and sisters, thank you for giving me the opportunity this morning of offering you the gift of Dhamma. It is to hopefully allow Dhamma brothers and sisters to understand more about the truth of the Buddha's teachings. Next, please. There is morality or sila. It is virtue, which means to say we bring into our minds 2 wonderful qualities of moral shame, hiri, and ottappa, the fear of wrongdoing. When we have these 2, we are guarding the entire world. The whole world right now exists safely, goes on safely, because there is hiri and ottappa, moral shame and moral fear. We fear doing bad things. We are shameful to do bad things. So what happens? The whole world can go on. But when there is no fear, there is no shame. I can do it. I have the power to do it, so I will do it. I will go and crush others, make them suffer. This is the reason why there is so much suffering. There is ahiri, the opposite. Anotappa, the opposite of ottappa. There is no fear. I'm not afraid of killing thousands and millions of people. I will do it. I've got the power to do it. So because of that, suffering is added to the lives of people. So morality means that we don't harm others. We don't make others suffer more and more. Next, please. So in this Abhisanda Sutta, and it is quite a meaningful sutta. I have no time to explain because we are running short of time. The Buddha said there are these 5 gifts. The first one is don't kill, don't take people's lives. And when you don't take people's lives, you will have comfort in your own life. You won't have so much danger, so much insecurity in your own life. So that's the first thing. Next one, please. So the Buddha said, Don't steal, don't take what is not given, so that in your life there won't be a sense of loss. Yeah, and people will admire you from it. And he also said, don't have illicit sex, which means to say, don't go and have sex with the people that you shouldn't, yeah, be having with. Yeah, there are some, because they are married, they are promised, they are engaged, they have an understanding with somebody else. You should not go and disturb that relationship. Yeah, etc., etc. So, lying as well as intoxicants, these are very important. Avoid lying, avoid the use of intoxicants, so that you do not disturb other people. You do not take away, yeah, their comfort, yeah, their peace, their harmony, yeah, that they enjoy in their lives. So once you break all these things, and you will recognize these are, what are they? The 5 precepts which we have chanted, yeah, at the beginning of the puja. They allow the whole of the society, the whole of our community to live in peace, to have harmony and comfort. So any place that doesn't observe this, their lives are full of pain and suffering, insecurity, yeah, not knowing what is actually happiness, yeah, and good relationships. So sila is important. So when you observe sila, the merit, yeah, will be very great for you. Yeah, will mean that you will be able to enjoy a lot of harmony and peace in your future lives. Yeah, or just in the future, this life. Next, please. Then there is mental culture or bhavana. Bhavana means the cultivation of our minds, yeah, leading it towards wisdom. And therefore, we overcome ignorance, avidya, yeah, or moha, more or less the same thing, right? So when we have less ignorance, we have wisdom, we understand the right things to do. An uncultured mind, I've written here, does not know right from wrong. They say wrong is right and right is wrong. And so the whole place turns upside down. You can see, right now, if you take a look at what's happening in the world, there are places where wrong is taken to be right. Some leaders, they say, well, don't worry. Yeah, if you can do it, do it. If you can cheat, cheat. If you can kill, kill. Yeah. How can you have, yeah, a peaceful society in that way? You cannot. It's not possible. Yeah. So with each wholesome deed that we do, when we culture our mind, the person moves further away from the right path, and therefore suffering increases. So mental culture means we must train our mind. We must know when our minds are thinking of unwholesome, unkind, unskillful things. We must have that mindfulness to know, hey, I'm thinking of bad things. Let me stop thinking of bad things, because thinking of bad things leads to doing of bad things. Therefore, we must be aware. And what allows us to be aware? Mindfulness. The other thing is, when our minds are greatly disturbed, yeah, we must know the technique of making our minds calm and peaceful. So there are ways to do it. Today, we cannot cover these ways. So bear in mind that if you practice mental culture, it is the opportunity to have more peace, to have that sense of contentment, of quietness, of satisfaction, yeah, is very, very great. Next, please. So I share with you the pictures of people doing mental culture. Yeah, of course, they can do it in this way, yeah, meditation. But there are many ways of doing it, as I said. There's a walking meditation, as you can see the people. So we're in our lives. There are many opportunities to be mindful. to practice bhavana. When we walk, let us walk. Yeah, that is not walk, then look here, look there, then we fall into the drain. It happens to people that I know. Yeah, they are not mindful in their walking, so they sprain their legs, they hurt themselves, they fall into holes, yeah, and trip, and after that, it's painful. So when you walk, really know that you are walking. Look at the path that you are walking on. So it's important, yeah, in that aspect. Next, please. So the next one is that some very often we don't talk about. We discuss dana, sila, and bhavana. Yeah, is respecting those who are worthy of respect. That means those who are our parents, our spiritual teachers, our elders, those in positions of power and authority. We respect them. We do not show our disrespectful nature for them. So by and by, mainly Asians are very respectful of their elders. But as we learn more the ways of other cultures, we can see, yeah, this showing of respect is getting less and less in our society. So we must teach this, yeah, to our younger ones so that they can practice respecting those worthy of respect. Apachayana. Next, please. Then there is volunteering service to others. That is helping others when you do not get payment for it. Many people sometimes they ask, you want me to do something, are you going to pay me? So there is always this question of money. Yeah, no money, no talk. That's how it goes. But it is not necessarily so. Sometimes, yeah, when we have a mind that is strong in compassion, not just compassion, in energy, yeah, we just go and help people and we feel good about it. That is the reward in itself. Sometimes it's not easy to understand in this present day and age. Yeah, it's not easy to convince people that they can be happy by making others happy. They will say, what can I get out of it? Now, this is the thinking nowadays. So, yeah, I would like to state here that when you do service for others, don't be surprised if suddenly a door that you want to open opens by itself. Why? Because you have helped others. The energy, the karma is strong to open doors that you want to open. It is a wonderful thing. It comes without even you really trying hard. So these people, don't be jealous of them. Don't be jealous of people who seems to get things very easily. Their life are so comfortable. Yeah, so much luxury in their life. Why? Because they have punya. They have merit. Next, please. Then there is a sharing of merit. Yeah, we do good things and we remember, yeah, our departed relatives, yeah, and ask them to come and be part of that activity so that they can be happy. You can tell those beings, you can just mention it. I am doing this good deed. I'm doing this donation in your name. You must think it or you must say it out. You can say it out in private. Don't just go on talking by yourself. People will think there's something wrong with you. But you can go to the picture, you can go to your Buddha altar and say, I'm doing this now for somebody else's sake, so that they also can be happy. So we share the merits of that action with them. So some beings, we don't know, we cannot see them. They directly get, the benefit from this kind of action. You do good things, whatever you do, there's so many things that you can do good, but you must make sure they know about it too. Yeah, right. Next, please. Then there is rejoicing in others' merits, which means to say, somebody is having a good time, they are successful, they have done good. Don't be jealous of them. Very often, we take a look, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah, he's only doing it to get a good name so that people can admire him. No, that is not a good way of thinking. Yeah. When people are doing good things, you should be happy. You should develop the mental state, the beautiful mind state that is called mudita. Yeah, they are happy. I am also happy. Don't think they are happy. I'm not happy. Yeah, they go and do. So what's it got to do with me? No, that is jealousy. That is selfishness. Yeah, that will close doors. The door that you want to open, you can't find key. So be good, be kind, rejoice. When others are having a good time, having success, having greater comfort, be happy for them. Yeah, it might catch up with you as well. Next, please. Hearing the Dhamma as you are doing now. Of course, this teacher is not a very qualified, wise teacher. There are others like Achan Brahm here that are very wise, very qualified. They know a lot more than us, because we cannot dedicate our lives to understanding and the Dhamma. But these people have renounced. So what do? They study and they practice all the time. So when we hear the Dhamma from them, we know what is the correct way to practice. When listening to Dhamma talks or taking part in discussions, we should put our full minds to it. Yeah, not when the talk is going on, we look here, look there, look at our handphone. Oh, when is this going to end? When can I go home so that I can eat something, enjoy my internet session? Yeah, so that is not wise thinking. When there is good Dhamma, then there is really a noble Dhamma to be shared. Listen to it with wisdom. Yeah, and you can see good things will happen. Next, please. Sharing the Dhamma with others. So as I said, thank you for allowing me this opportunity. So when you can see here also, those in the Sunday Dhamma school at SJBA, they share what they know with others. They might not know a lot, but they are happy to share it. They are happy to develop the young people's minds. So it's good. It's very, very good. Yeah, you need not have a PhD, you need not have a high qualification in order to share the Dhamma Desana. You can just share a little bit about the Buddha's qualities. You can share a little bit about the 5 precepts. As far as I know, the Sunday Dhamma school needs volunteers. So if you think you want to practice the noble activity of Dhamma Desana, sharing the Dhamma with others, you have some teaching experience, volunteer yourself with the Sunday Dhamma school. Next, please. Then the last is straightening our own views. We are beings that are full of ignorance. Yeah, we don't know this, we don't know that. We think what is wrong is right, what is right is wrong. Our views are not straight. So when we straighten our views by listening to good teachers, doing more meditation, make the mind more calm and peaceful so that we can understand the nature of reality. We can see what is real more and more by training the mind, by bringing in other people's wisdom. That will bring you great merit. Perhaps your mind will become sharper and sharper. Not easy for people to fool you in the future. Yeah. We can see that in this world, there are some people, they are very easily persuaded. Some people tell them, oh, this is good, that is good. They go and follow those people. They cannot see the actual nature of truth. Yeah, when people say, come and join me doing this project, you're sure can make a lot of money, they go and follow those people. Yeah, after that, they get lost. Yeah, sometimes what is too good to be true is actually too good to be true. So you need to have sharpness of mind, wisdom. Okay, next, please. So the intensity of the results, good actions or bad actions, as I've explained, yeah, depends a lot on the degree of attachment. Karma is not you do one, you get one result. If you are very angry, there is a lot of hatred, lot of resentment and aversion, and you do something, because your mind is so full of this defilement, the result is very, very great. Sometimes we do things, we make mistake, and it's just a little bit of irritation. So the result that comes back is probably very, very small. But if you are really hateful, yeah, and you just do a small action, that small action can bring back the result, which is very, very magnified. So in the same way as good actions too, if you are sincere in what you do, even though it's a small thing, the results that come back can be very, very big for you. Yeah. For example, I had a friend, and one of my friends today, she was studying in London, yeah, and she relied a lot on her father's allowance. So there was one time she told me she didn't have a lot of money because the father may be very busy, did not send money to her. And the last thing that she had was a bar of chocolate. After that, nothing to eat. The money was running out. So she only had this bar of chocolate. And then she told me, as she was walking on the road, she saw this poor woman, homeless, and she did a small thing that was great. Yeah, she gave this bar of chocolate to the woman, and it was a small thing. It's a bar of chocolate, but it was a lot to her because she didn't know when she can eat again. But the kindness, the pureness of the heart made her give the bar of chocolate to the woman. And she was very lucky because in a few hours later, the father sent money to her. Yeah, and she was able to go on with buying what she wanted. The thing about this story is eventually, many years later, this friend of mine, yeah, although not a Buddhist at that time, became a Buddhist. Yeah, and she renounced. Yeah, was able to do very well, yeah, in her meditation. Next, please. So now I like this picture because this picture reflects the result of great punya, great merits. Doors are open to them very easily. They have money, they have comfort, but sometimes they don't have happiness. So understand this. You can have punya, you can do good things, yeah, and you can be comfortable. But you need wisdom to be happy. You need wisdom to steer your life, yeah, across the challenges that can come. So they have all kinds of disagreement, and I admire the royal family because they have done great merits to be able to live this kind of life. I admire them for it. And I admire also what I have done, what my friends have done. They have also a lot of comfort. Our comfort is not the same as the royal family, but we get to eat what we want to eat as well. So different levels of comfort. But I must say, due to our spiritual practice, our study and practice, I think our level of happiness is also very high. Next, please. So I would like to thank you. As I said, that you have given me opportunity to acquire more and more punya. Yeah, but let us make the aspiration to practice the kusala karma. Yeah, that allows us to have more comfortable lives in the future. With that, I would like to thank you again. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Brother Tan Siang Chye, for this Dhamma talk, the choice of good and evil in the Samsara cycle, part 4. Well, brothers and sisters, you may continue to give us a like while waiting for some questions. So for those of you who have questions, please type your questions in the comment box. However, we may not be able to answer all your questions due to time constraints.
Yes. Any questions? Anyone?
Yeah, yes. Yes. Human beings are naturally kind. That's what was mentioned. How it is how we develop it. What should we continue to do to encourage
Oh. Oh, my connection not so good
no problem.
suddenly. Oh, yes.
Try our best.
Yeah, but anyway, I will share with you my thoughts. Yeah, I believe what the Buddha said, that human beings are naturally kind. You know, there is some form of kindness in our hearts, and the Buddha said, I mean, in our point of view, there is no being, yeah, no creature that is 100% cruel and evil. No, there is no such being in this entire universe. Yeah, even, you know, evil beings, they have some kindness in their hearts. But we believe that there are beings that are 100% good. So the weight, you know, the balance tips towards good. They are human beings, and there are other beings in this world that have gotten rid of the greed, the anger, and the delusion, so that their minds are perfectly good. And this is what I want to talk about next week. I mean, the next talk. Yeah. So this week, this talk I have shared with you about comfort, about having more, doing good in our lives, so that we can buy things, we can enjoy things, we can go on overseas trips. Yeah, we can eat whatever we want. That is very, very worldly, very material. As I said, there is another path, and that path is belongs to the spiritual path, yeah, which has to do with parami, yeah, and not so much with punya. Yeah, punya is what the world, yeah, the worldly people, yeah, prize. They want to strike lottery ticket and get millions of dollars. You know, the lottery ticket, that one is very important to many people, because it gives them, you know, so much money, yeah, in such a short time, so that they can enjoy themselves. So now, coming back to the question, how do we develop it? Yeah. We develop it by telling them about what kindness is. In our society, we teach children a lot of things. We teach them mathematics, we teach them languages, we teach them history, but we don't teach them values. In some other countries, the children are taught values. You know, they are taught about what is morality. So I think we should in this country. Of course, there are some subjects that are offered by the government. Yeah, these are the wajib subjects, but they are not really in depth. Yeah, enough. So when children come to us and adults come to us, we must readily talk about about kindness. Yeah, and say and acknowledge kindness. We cannot see, just see, oh, you are doing something kind. Yeah, and then forget about it. We must acknowledge kindness, yeah, and say thank you for your kindness. Thank you for doing this small thing for me. It is a very kind act. So we must tell each other, we must appreciate each other. So the more we do that, the more we understand kindness. You can see that there are communities which emphasize kindness a lot. Yeah, they will say it out. Thank you, and they will make announcements, yeah, about all these acts of kindness. So it is very important to, number one, acknowledge it. Number two, we must formally teach it and say there are things that you can do, and we can show them by example, right? So whenever we do something, we must tell our kids, when we do something good, I am doing something good, yeah, can you see it? Yeah, I am helping people, I'm giving a donation. You also should give a little donation from your pocket money. Yeah, I give 10 ringgit, you give 1 ringgit, together we have 11 ringgit, so you and I do the donation together. So in that way, when we acknowledge, when we teach, when we appreciate it, the kindness will grow more and more. The other way is, of course, more the Buddhist way. Yeah. We practice it as bhavana. We practice it as mental training. Yeah. That means all the children in all our classes must practice metta. We must tell them, develop it from the heart, the kindness, the love for others. It's a wonderful thing. Don't hate people. Don't get angry at people. Because if you do, you won't look good. Your complexion will not be good. Yeah, you look as though you are grouchy all the time, and you are not attractive. Right. So this is the way that we try and teach others about kindness. Yeah, we must acknowledge it and point it out. That means when somebody do kind things, we point out to other people. Yeah, we teach our children, yeah, that people are doing kind things, and it will be good for them to do kind actions as well. So the more we don't emphasize it. Yeah, we don't talk about it so much. In our newspapers, we see more the fantastic, the horrible things, but we don't talk about good things that people do. I mean, there are, but very, very seldom. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that thing I like the part when you mentioned that by doing so we will look good.
Hmm.
Look good and stay young. Then these are the advice given by our speaker this morning. All right, you
Mm-mm-mm.
must the leadership example. Do it in front of
Yes.
your children.
Yes.
Show them the way. I think that is
Yes.
great. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and
That
focus
is
on it.
good.
Don't
Focus on
just
it.
take it for granted. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
when they do it regularly, they will be happy. Just take 1 ringgit,
Mm.
2 ringgit from their pocket money and just say, okay, let's give it to this person, give it to that person. I try to do that with my kids so that they will feel that joy, in helping the less fortunate people. Yeah, and then they are happy to do it.
Right, right. Then,
Mm.
then, then it's very good. I must apologize for the poor internet this morning. All right. So let's quickly do it on the next question. Maybe we do take the last question then. Is donating blood considered paricharya dana?
Oh yes, definitely. Because
Definitely.
donating blood will save lives. Yeah, we have something that the machine cannot make. Yeah. The
Naturally.
machines cannot, I mean, they can do something that resembles blood, yeah, the plasma, but they cannot really, manufacture blood. So when people are undergoing surgery, they're having an operation, they need the blood to be replaced. So when we donate blood, it is a great punya. It is a great kusala karma. You are giving life to other people. So if you can do that, yeah, but of course you must also know how to uh, space it. Yeah, don't give blood every few weeks. Yeah, I think that there is a duration to follow. Then you are helping people to gain health. Yeah, and we don't know it. We really don't know what we have done that is good in the past. So the good health that we are enjoying now might be due to the past merits that we have done. I mean, you take a look at the world, yeah, and you take a look even at our own society. There are some people, 15, 16, they die of cancer. Yeah, and here we are living until 60s. Yeah, and we are so lucky not to. But I had the COVID sometime last year, right? But I was lucky, it didn't affect me too badly. So here's how you can see it. There are some people dying of the COVID. Yeah, and there are some people, which I know, they hardly have any suffering. Maybe they're sore throat 2 or 3 days, and then they are okay again. Yeah, they don't have fever. They don't have to lie down on the bed for 4 or 5 days. They don't have to take any medicine. They're just, oh, maybe a little bit of headache, a bit of sore throat. They can go to work. I mean, not good to go to work, but they don't disrupt their lives, yeah, because of the disease. So when you give blood, yeah, maybe I'm not really sure. It will probably make your health, yeah, much better. This is my guess. I'm not a Buddha or Arahant. I can't guarantee it, but I have that understanding. Yeah, if you donate blood, you are actually helping people, yeah, regain their health. Therefore, your health in return, yeah, will probably be very good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Brother Sansai. And for all the listeners out there, please continue to put your comments. Thank our speaker this morning. All right. As I have to say is that it was a very interesting talk and good suggestions what we can do to improve ourselves. And with that, uh, brothers and sisters, in the Dhamma, we have all participated in the puja chanting with a calm mind and with the merits accrued. Let us share and dedicate the merits to all living and departed relatives, families and friends, and all beings. May they be free from harm and danger. And to those who are not feeling well, to your relatives or friends, may they have a speedy recovery, free from pain and free from sufferings. Sharing your merits. Imang no punya bagang mata pitu nancha acharya nancha sabha satanancha sabha mitanancha sabha nyatinancha sabha petanancha sabha devatanancha bhajema imang no punya bagang sabha satanang dema sabe sata sukita hontu idang me tinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me tinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me tinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana patiya idang me punyang asavakaya vahang hotu, idang me punyang nibbanasa pacayo hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Before we end, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, let us pay homage. We do the 5 chants of salutation. Imaya Dhamma nu Dhamma Patiya Buddhang Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatiya Dhammang Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatiya Sanghang Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Mata Pitaro Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Acariye Pujemi. I must say that I'm very happy to see many of you joining us this morning, even from our station. I like you all to know that our team here will continue to do the Buddha Puja and Dhamma Talk. And thank you for sharing the link with your family and friends. Thank you for your kind words. Those who have sent us the likes and in the comment box, please help me to thank the speaker again, Brother Siang Chye. We have come to the end of this 88th online Sunday Buddha Puja service. Next week, we'll be taking a break and we will continue with the Sunday Buddha Puja service on the following week, 12th of June. Please refer to the SGBF Facebook or your society's Facebook for the information. Please continue to stay safe with your family. May you and family be safe, well, and happy and peaceful always. Sukhi Hontu. Goodbye. Sabbe Satha Sukita Hontu.
Bahong sahan semabhinim mita sayudantang ngirimi kelang udita Sasene marang Dana di Dhamma vidina Jita